Hello Capricorn, this is your Grand Tableau reading for October. It probably will cover all of October because in terms of where you've come out in this spread, and given that each line is intentioned for a week, it is giving me 4 to 5 weeks in your spread, okay? I'm going to start with your dice actually. So we've got the 10th house that's in focus for this coming period, which would speak of your career or public image or something that becomes more visible or more known. I'm sort of feeling that. Scorpio and the moon speaks of intense emotions. It can be, you know, very passionate. It can be intense jealousy. Scorpio can be a very, you know, deep sign, especially if it's in the moon. So I just feel there's something very deep, maybe very emotional and very intense. And it is in some way manifesting through the 10th house that something is coming to light here. So let's have a look at your oracle cards. We do have the snake spirit in reverse and the bat spirit upright here. A time to heal is in reverse and a rebirth assured is in the upright. Very similar colors here. So I think someone needs to kind of focus on their roots chakra, sacral chakra. It's all like real, you know, low level stuff here. The time to heal being in reverse speaks about shedding the past, and someone's not quite done that yet. It is a time for healing, physical healing. You are coming through on the house of the tree, which speaks to me that your health is in focus at this time. You may need to forgive yourself for something that's happened in the past. You may need to forgive someone else. That is going to help in terms of the healing, because the bat spirit, which often looks to me a bit like the hangman, feeling a little bit stuck, not really able to clear this energy, is saying that even though you're kind of in the dark just now, you're not going to be forever. You will ultimately re-emerge as the bat does. 555 on those cards, so a pivotal change. And when I say that, I then got the sound of the universe 51, which is just that. It is big changes. This is something that could be a bit of a pivotal moment, an aha moment sometimes. It can mean that you're seeing something in the physical, or new information comes to light, or you just, you know, you have a dream and you wake up and suddenly everything makes a bit more sense. But it's something that can transcend belief, you know, doesn't necessarily make a lot of logical sense, but it is in a way remembering something sometimes. So there is pivotal change. 555, something that's not been healed, something that's kept you stuck. There is something changing here. I've got strangely lonely with the healing of the broken heart. So this can often feel like you need to let something go yet again, coming back to the snake. You know, I'm going to say, because the snake is coming through in your reading here, that might actually be something you need to let go of, a betrayal of some sort. That in some way would bring in healing. But strangely lonely is about needing to let something go, holding on to something way too tight. But it can also mean that you just feel like you can feel lonely in your own relationship. You can feel lonely in a huge group of people. But there is healing from heartache here, which this is what is in progress. That may be specifically in relation to family for you, Capricorn, because I've got the little brother and little sister here, siblings, younger friends, and responsibilities. There's a lot of duty comes through with this card, and maybe a lot of responsibility on you for looking after others. It can be caring for pets, friends of the family, your nieces, your nephews, your friends' children, your own children. There's a lot of duty. It can be incredibly rewarding, but it means that there is responsibility. Or it can be that in some way that sort of energy is what brings in the healing, you know. Maybe, looking outside yourself and looking to help others in some way. It's very much a kind of caring profession type card, but it could specifically relate just to brothers, sisters, and family. Now, I'm loving where you've come through in the spread, which is here. Now, you're on the top line, which doesn't show me, necessarily what's in your head. It's showing me that you have a kind of bird's eye view of everything that's going on, as much as you are possibly a little bit in the dark as to maybe how to heal something. there's not a huge amount of pressure on you is what I feel. Everything below the spread is generally what you kind of have within your control, and you're slap bang in the center of the spread, which is also really positive. If you're dealing with a significant man here, he is coming through on the bottom line. This speaks to me that this man has got like the weight of the world on his shoulder. He has got some very negative or challenging cards above him that he is currently dealing with now. I will maybe take an archetype on him or a little bit more information that's going to help you know who this man is. Given that the house of the man has got the ring, I suggest that this is someone you have had a relationship with, an engagement or a marriage, probably in the past here. The woman house has got the clover, which speaks of, you know, luck and happiness and joy and you know, things being that wee bit lighter and easier here. That was also in your past. So that's probably one of the best combinations I've seen in any of the Lenormand readings I've done so far, in terms of the house that the man and the woman are on. It is incredibly positive, that. So let's just start at the beginning. Yes. So the first three cards that we have got, I haven't taken a lot of notes on this because I'm trying to get more readings done, and I tend to sit and dwell over them for such a long time that it almost doubles the amount of time it takes me to do the reading. So I've got the paths, the snake, and the mountain. This is kind of how we're coming into the reading. This may be the situation that you're dealing with just now, but it is specifically in your past as well, so it might be something that, you know, resonates with you, something that's already occurred. It speaks of a choice. News that might come in here that will put you in a position where you need to make a decision. Now, the snake is here on the house of the clover, which is the house that you're on here. It can speak of, you know, like an enemy or a rival or someone that is jealous. It can speak of infidelity and betrayal, but it can be just like prideful and a very showy energy here, and it may mean that someone has made a decision in connection with that type of energy, or the decision that they've made is from those particular emotions, if you like. And then we have the mountain, so there's something that's blocked here. So there is a decision to be made with regards to whatever the snake represents, and we will have a look at it in more detail. And I think the decision that you'll ultimately make in some way, or indeed maybe made for you, is that there's no movement here, that this is too much of a struggle. The mountain on the house of the ship speaks of delayed travel, blocked movement. It can be specifically about someone or something foreign or abroad here. But I'm going to focus on the first card, which is this decision, and follow that through the reading to give you an idea of what that's about. It is on the house of the rider, which takes me down here on the house of the moon, and this speaks of an emotional decision. So this news that comes through may be an emotional decision. It may be with regards to a job or a job offer, which the moon can sometimes represent. I don't know why I sort of got like a journalism or book writing, reporting in some ways. I don't know if this is more like of a public announcement, or you may be someone who's in the public eye, because the moon can represent celebrity sometimes here. Going up here, this is something that's ultimately going to be cut out, because this moon, this news that involves a decision, is going to be cut out because it's on the house of the scythe here. So this could be a verdict. This could be, you know, this news is something that you've maybe been waiting on. It can suggest with the scythe it's something that's cutting, that it's almost like you might even be like, you know, cutting out any like emotional decisions. It might be a hugely logical decision that you make, but this can also speak of this aha moment, this pivotal moment, because the scythe is something that happens quite suddenly. And the scythe is here, and it's facing, and it's almost cutting out whatever this rider represents. So this rider is not just a news announcement. It can sometimes represent a new man, or a visitor. It can be the male. This is something that you're going to choose to cut out ultimately, and it could be a job. I am saying that the anchor, which represents my 9 to 5 job in your future, is on the house of the coffin, which represents it could be some ending with regards to a job. So there might be an offer come through here. It might be one that you don't trust because it is slap bang next to the snake and the mountain. It may be something that, you know, you don't trust. And I think the decision that's going to be made here is to cut this out. This cutting out is on the house of the sun, which speaks of, really, I'm feeling illumination, because the illumination is coming in terms of a secret. It's on the house of the book, which represents secrets or a mystery. It can be to do with studies. Sometimes this may be like, you know, you're studying something, you're working on something, you decide that, you know, it's really not for you, because the moon can speak of a vocation that you've, you know, been following, and you get to a certain point and you think this is just not for me. So it may be that you change your degree course if that applies, or this may be something that's happening, you know, with a child of yours. There is sudden illumination in terms of something that's either been studied in regards to a teacher, or it's just a secret. And this secret is on the house of the Tower. So the secret speaks about, I mean, this could be like official secrets. Specifically, this could be to do with a book, a publishing company, but it's business. This is a secret in relation to business, officialdom, or something legal. But it can also speak of loneliness and isolation. This information that produces a decision needs to be made. I don't think it's an emotional decision, because there's a lot of light coming in here, and it's something you didn't previously know, and now you're going to know what it is. And the Tower is on the dog. Now this secret regarding business or a legal matter, or universities, libraries, colleges, it could be that, is in relation to the dog. The dog can sometimes be the other man. He can be a colleague, a friend, and he is something that you're currently dealing with now, literally right below you. So the dog is on the house of the fox, and this speaks of a manipulative friend or a cunning friend, a selfish friend. It could be, it can be someone who's a bit of a scam artist. And this fox is very close to home. He's literally on the house. He's in your immediate past here, so you may be already aware of this. But this fox is kind of, now sometimes this can speak of a renter, okay? This combination, and it can speak that the fox is sometimes like a part-time job, or, you know, a side hustle, if you like, a little bit extra that you do. I feel that this is something that's coming to light about this friend, and it may well be that it is, they have been manipulative. There may be a family member, with it being on the house of the house, and the house is in your immediate future, and this is bringing in confusion. This is a disturbance in like your home environment, with family coming back to little brother, little sister. It might be something like that. It can mean that things are a little bit heavy in terms of where you are at home. The clouds are here on the whip. Crikey, yeah. I mean, that is like a major argument, a major rift. This is something that's probably repeated before when the whip comes through under the clouds. This is like really negative, repetitive thoughts. You know, it's like the internal critic has run riot. So it can speak of depression, it can speak of verbal abuse, it can speak of, you know, mental abuse, quite frankly. Where is that taking me? Here, back to the choice. So this is what in Lenormand you call chaining. So this is literally what this choice is all about, okay? And this is how you're coming into the month, and that is the main focus of the month. You're going to find out a great deal more about what's going on with a friend and someone who's probably very close to home regarding some manipulation or deception. It's going to create a lot of stress and worry, doubt, arguments, and ultimately is going to take you back to a decision. And it may be that there's new information coming in that's going to help you with this decision. Okay, so I'm going to look at yourself here. As I say, there's nothing above your head. It's not telling me what you're thinking. And we've got the fox on one side and we've got the house in the other. So it's coming back to the same thing as Lenormand often does. It can be repetitive soundbite messages. And it is usually, if it is resonating with you up to this point, Capricorn, these are the kind of readings you sort of need to watch over, because there's loads of wee bits that I don't even realise I've said until after the fact. But there's something deceptive about your home environment or someone you're dealing with at home who is being deceptive or who is lying about something. And it can speak, as I say, about renting property. So, you know, maybe in connection with your landlord, for example, that resonates for you. Below you, you have got this dog who I've already covered off here. He is the fox. It is one and the same person, okay? And because you're coming through on the house of the tree, which speaks that you're dealing with health, patience, it can be family. And then we have the tree right here. Now, it could be specifically for you, a child, because this is on the house of the child. It can speak of something small, something new that's happening, maybe with regards to your health. Maybe you're taking up a new exercise routine. Sometimes that's what the whip can represent, something repetitive. But it can mean that you're dealing with a family member, and it may be a younger family member, if not a child. And as I say, brother, sister, niece, nephew. And you know, there is like a connection here. I mean, this could be a family friend, for example, with this combination. You have got the house and you've got the cash card here, my fish card here. So there's finances involving property. This can speak of, you know, property transactions, buying, selling property. There may be a lot of bills in connection with the property. You may be doing some renovations, etc. That does actually look pretty positive, I have to say. This line in your immediate future is incredibly positive. I'm not seeing any issues here on the finance front at all. I think it's just someone close to you that's most definitely an issue here. You may be in some sort of dispute with someone here. And ultimately it's coming all back to the same thing, because you're knighting this dispute, arguments, strife. It can sometimes speak of sex. You're knighting the ship, which speaks of movement and travel. You're knighting the heart, which is beautiful, speaks of love in your future here. This can be like love ascending to a new level here, a love relationship that, you know, becomes official. But I have to say that is in connection with this dog here, so it's a really big decision someone's having to make here. But and then we have the key in your immediate future, and the key is on the house of the key. This is one of my doublers. The stork is another, and the key. So some of you may be buying new property here. You may be relocating or, you know, moving home. And you're getting some answers here. This is an incredibly positive card. It's a big yes card. It speaks of resolutions, openings. Can sometimes be a diagnosis. It can be like a very important person coming into your life in the very near future here, that will ultimately is looking to bring in something new. It could be a piece of information regarding a child, or it's starting something new. It's starting something new. It may be renewing something that's already finished here, but your first line up for the first part of the first week of the month looks fantastic. Moving on, we have got the lily, the heart, the letter, and the child here. So the lily is a card of patience and wisdom, peace, sensuality. Sometimes, again, it's in relation to this dog, whoever this foxy dog represents, and it's also knighting this tower. This secret is all over this reading, because this is on the house of the clouds, and this is where this confusion, the house of the snake is coming in. So there's some sort of betrayal here, possibly involving an older man. The lilies can sometimes represent that. But it's almost like it's like having your peace disturbed in many ways. I'm going to have to look at what this snake is. Let's just go straight there. Tell me about the snake for Capricorn. Queen of Wands reverse. Tell me about the snake for Capricorn. The snake for Capricorn. The Eight of Swords. Show me who this or what this snake represents for Capricorn. The snake can sometimes be the other women, if I haven't already said. The snake for Capricorn, a woman. Who or what is the snake in the Capricorn reading? Who or what does the snake represent in the Capricorn reading? Queen of Cups in reverse. This is a feminine energy. This is someone who can be emotionally manipulative, emotionally withdrawn. Can be the mother, the snake. I'm not going to take them because I'll let you know what they are. They both came out in the weekly members reading, Star in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. So this could be an ex. This is someone you're broken up with, someone who's, you know, disappointed, has lost their way. So it could be, you know, a female-female connection I'm reading with here, or, you know, it literally could be anyone. The Queen of Cups. Could be anyone. Queen of Cups. It's the Three of Swords here, and it's in reverse. This is speaking that there has been a separation here. There has been a betrayal, and this is something that ultimately needs forgiving in terms of allowing you to move on and heal this broken heart. Someone has hurt you. What does snake do to Capricorn women? What did the snake do to Capricorn women? Two of Pentacles. Possibly juggled you. May have swindled you out of cash here. Knight of Wands. What did the snake do to Capricorn women? What did the snake do? It can just be someone who's massively jealous, you know. You don't actually have to have done something. They're just jealous. The snake in the Capricorn women reading. Oh crikey, now I've got a Queen of Wands reversed, Strength reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Good Lord. So it may be more than one individual here. It's all feminine energy. That's how I read it anyway. So it could be a fire sign, a water sign. Knight of Pentacles speaks of disloyalty to me. It's also laziness, things not moving forward. With the Pentacles coming through here, this is somebody who could have affected your job. So someone who could be jealous of what you do at work. So someone who could have literally just straight up backstabbed you. So there is an enemy, and there may be more than one. So I mean, it could be a work environment. It's obviously speaking of a third party here. I don't know which one you are, but there's pain that's been caused. There's a rift here. The Strength card being in reverse is saying there's some sort of weakness. Someone has a weakness. These women have a weakness. Let's see who's who. Show me the. I mean, one of them could be you, obviously. This could be your combination. Show me the Queen of Cups reverse in the Capricorn reading. Queen of Cups reverse in the Capricorn reading. The thing is, interestingly, in this line, which is finished up with the Clover, who is the house that you're sat on here, this snake has got the clouds below it and the birds. Now this can speak to a couple of snakes. There's more than one snake is really what I'm feeling. It can also speak of, you know, gossip and rumours. This is someone who may have spread rumours about you. What's that on? Oh God, yeah, it's on the House of the Garden. This is a couple of women, and we've got like mean girls here who are spreading rumours, possibly, you know, your own secrets, or or information that you've shared with them. And this cloud is on the house of the whip here. This is something that they do repeatedly. They're spreading rumours to create arguments. There's trying to spoil your reputation with the moon being here next to this. It's someone who's trying to damage your reputation by gossiping, and it's more than one. It's at least 2 women. It could be more. It's at least a couple of women are spoiling your reputation. Show me this Queen of Cups reversed. Oof. Mentor in reverse. This is somebody you might have looked up to. This could be like, you know, a teacher of some sort, you know, even a mother. This is somebody who, and someone who's hugely indulgent. This is someone who doesn't like people to surpass them, you know. So this may be, you know, maybe a boss of yours, and now you've been promoted above them. Or in some way, they don't want you to, they're imparting false wisdom and false instruction, okay? But they're in a position where they have people listening to them. They're controlling. Queen of Cups reversed. The snake. And these are the snakes that you need to shed. Secret. Inability to commit to a path once found. Because the snake goes all round the houses, you know. It's winding, it's complicated, it's sinister. And I'm actually feeling this is someone who's seeking out knowledge. Now, this snake is worryingly knighting both the book and the cross and the tree. This speaks of esoteric knowledge. Religious studies. This is someone who is seeking information to harm. Show me the Queen of Pentacles reversed for Capricorn. This could be your energy. Show me the Queen of Pentacles reversed. She's a poet. So again, it's coming back to this gossiping, because this is turning a lyrical gift into a destructive effect. Queen of Pentacles reversed. A prince. And an advocate. Embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So you basically got a few enemies here, basically, Capricorn. Again, it might be in your past, so it may be something you're already aware of, but it's something that with this rider on the house of the choice, going right back to the beginning, go and check it out with that new information, is that something comes to light here on whatever this secret is. As I say, it could be official secrets, and it's connected with this snake or these snakes or these people. And it is something you're going to cut out. Okay, where was I? Up here. So yeah, that was the first week, or you know, month, but usually it's a week. So there's like a love letter here. There's something new coming in here in the future. It can be information with regards to a child, but this looks really, really positive, because the heart is on the house of the stars, and that's about spreading love, you know. It's about someone's heart chakra opening. It's been guided towards love, and it's in terms of this communication is the ring in connection with this man. So this can be like the offer of a contract. It sometimes can be financial, but given that it's on the heart, this is a loving letter. It may even be that someone wants to get married. They want to start something new here. It could be in connection with an older man, or, you know, a pure man. The lilies is purity. And this is what this key is. This is the answer. This is the breakthrough. And this is connection with the heart here in the future. And then we have the anchor, the stork, the sun, and the coffin here. The coffin is interestingly on the house of the anchor, which is on the same line as it. And get this, the anchor is on the house of the coffin. So this is like double confirmation that something is ending on the work front here. Now, it may be that it's to do with moving, because the stork is on the house of the stork, and this is positive change. Things are starting to move. It's relocation. It can speak of a birth or migration. Things are changing and moving in a direction. They're moving towards the stars on the bookie here. That is their trajectory. And that is basically like, you know, spreading gifts, spreading happiness, spreading beauty, clarity, wishes, dreams. It looks amazing, but it does involve ending something on the work front, usually with the anchor. Now, if it's not specifically work for you, what is ending here is in some way stability. And it's not a negative thing. If there's been, like, you know, something that's been heavy or serious or hard or weighing you down, that is ending. Doubly confirmed with the sun in the middle and the storks here. This is like a happy new venture. It's joyful movement, and it could be in connection with a child. There may be a birth here. The stork is knighting the child, and the bear being the mother. So there may be news of a birth here. Either maybe you're getting pregnant, or someone you know is getting pregnant. Maybe a friend of the family is getting pregnant. There's like there's an addition to the family in some way, and it's incredibly positive. But it does involve ending something that was either stuck or literally a job. And in the last week, all good cards again. We have the stars and the tower, the garden, and the bouquet. The bouquet is about gifts. So this again is becoming really clear on the house of the bouquet. There is some sort of gift or invitation or offering here that is in some way it's like spreading out. It's like you're having a wish fulfilled. And it may be that things are going to be made official. That might be with this dog, but there is something here. This is knighting this the lilies here, something becoming official. But I mean, this can relate to, especially with the moon down here, this can be like, you know, a business that you have that's starting to expand. It's starting to, you know, perform well. You're starting to be recognized. And the garden on the letter speaks of groups, meetings, publicity, advertising. You may be advertising your business. You may be in some way able to, you know, spread your word. You may see something in the newspaper. Might be a newspaper advertisement. There's something written here in terms of publicity. Now, it may be that you're writing something, or, you know, you find a publishing house. I did mention that back here. And ultimately, we're leaving the month with the bouquet, which is a beautiful card of luck, big luck, joy, happiness, and it is mirroring the stars on the bouquet. I mean, that is an incredible combination. So the future looks more than bright, I have to say. There is a very tough decision that you have to make here regarding probably a deceptive friend. So let me just have a look at the man, because I've not really looked at him, and he may be someone you're in a relationship with or will be. As I say, he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders here. He's got the mountain, the mice, and the cross, and this is like incredible weight. The cross is the heaviest card, and this cross is actually on the house of the mountain. So these are like major blocks, major life lessons for this person. This is literally like a crisis in some way, and it may be that he's someone who's listened to this chatter. to this gossip, to this pair of women, quite possibly, because the mice is on the house of the birds, and this is like infected information. This is, you know, it's slanderous, it's libelous, it's mean, it's twisted, it's bringing some sort of dirt. There's a lot of anxiety around this, a lot of confusion for this man. And I don't know if he is the snake, or he is someone who's been involved with the snake. I sort of feel he's been involved with the snakes, with at least 2 women up here that have been spreading gossip. And he may have listened to them, and he doesn't really know what to make of it. Show me the man. So see, this man is also the lily up here, so you could be someone who's in your future, but he's connected with the snake, or he is indeed the snake. That's for you to work out. Show me the man in the Capricorn reading, in the Capricorn woman's past. Show me the man. Show me the man. Now he's got the Hierophant. So this is either someone you've been married to, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He's in some sort of commitment or contract here, and it's something that's weighing on him, because the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse can speak of bad karma, or taking the wrong turn. Knight of Wands in reverse. This is impetuous, impulsive, risky behaviour, sometimes player energy. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is where all this weight's coming from. So this is someone who's having family problems. He could be in a business with his family, but Pentacles are an issue. And he's locked into some sort of contract that weighs heavily on him. It restricts his movement. He can't trust information that comes to him. He's very unsettled, very anxious, and very stuck. I don't know what commitment he's got himself involved in here. This is like someone's taken a wrong turn. And now we're in our thoughts. This is someone who's stressing. Someone who's trying to kind of like strategize their way out of whatever situation they've got themselves into. He's sitting with this contract in his hand thinking, what the fuck? That's what I'm seeing. Because I'm seeing the scroll in the Hierophant's hand and the scroll in my my thoughts card here. Someone's gone the wrong way here. Like, oh Christ almighty, despair. Right, that is a card of frustration. It can be anger. There is most definitely disputes in his future. That's literally where he's going here, but it may be in connection with you, given that he's, you know, going to the house, which is in your future. But this is someone who's literally got a gun to their head, you know. Reunion is in reverse here. I don't know if they've in some way been put in a position where they didn't have a lot of options. They've committed to something, either a marriage or a business, whatever that may be, and they went the wrong way with the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse. It's bad karma, it's bad, it's misfortune. And maybe it'll be because there's someone who gossips or who listens to gossip, and someone who can be very cutting in their speech, very sarcastic. Why is this person in despair? Why is this man in despair in the Capricorn reading? And coming back to little brother, little sister, this could all be family. Why is this man in despair? He doesn't know what to think, because he's literally got a cross above his head here. Okay, so I'm hearing You Can Do Magic, which is a really cool song, but in relation to what I'm looking at here with my, you know, esoteric knowledge and, you know, the secret book, possibly religion, there might be something in that, Capricorn. Why is this man in despair? Despairing thoughts in the Capricorn reading. killed. Despairing thoughts for this man. Despairing thoughts for this man. Despairing thoughts for this man. Got joy reversed. Forgiveness didn't come out, but yeah. There's someone who's very depressed because they can't get something back on track. They're afraid of rejection. Passion. So I think this is someone who's like, you know, dallied with a couple of women here, basically. And it's, you know, it's in some way it's locked them in. They've gone the wrong way. They've been like, you know, easy-ozy, maybe playing the field, not particularly committed in one direction here, but ultimately, in some way, shape or form, they have got themselves committed. They have got themselves committed. And now they're stuck in a commitment or in a marriage, and they're thinking about how to get out of it, and they don't know how. Okay. Is there anything else I need to know? I don't think so. I'm just going to ask if this man is in your future, Capricorn. I don't know if this is someone new. It does look like someone new. Tell me if the man, what shall I call him? The despairing man is in Capricorn's future. Is this man in Capricorn woman's future? Is this man in Capricorn woman's future? Is this man in Capricorn woman's future? No, I would say, is this man in Capricorn woman's future? No. 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords. No, that's done. He's got an enormous weight on him, this guy, honestly. He wants to come out in the moon. Oh, and the Tower. I would say not to this month. This is someone who's dealing with some huge issues, probably or possibly of their own doing, because it's only him that's getting thrown out the Tower here. There's nobody else. The Ace of Cups is in reverse, the Page of Cups is in reverse. There's no love, there's no apologies, there's no forgiveness. Loads of stuff is hidden and secretive. There's betrayals, there's endings, there's backstabbing, there's abuse. So no, Capricorn, to that question, if this is the man in your future, there is something new here. There's new love here in the future. Okay, I'm going to take you some advice. Hope you find that useful. Have a super month, Capricorn. Advice from my Capricorn woman. Advice from my Capricorn woman. Okay, we've got ancestral patterns. That's coming out a lot, is it not? So this is moving beyond limitations that have been set for you by family, usually family members, past and present. This is saying that you choose your own path, you create your own story, and this is about personal healing of yourself and your family lineage. You decide what you take on. Stop repeating patterns and surround yourself with protective energy. There is something dodgy here that this man and these women are involved in. It's almost like a bit of a coven. Okay, it's something a bit smelly. Peace. I did hear give peace a chance earlier. Can be a bit letting go the need to be right here, but surround yourself with protective energy. Realize that there's patterns that you're creating here that you have to stop creating. You have to do something completely different, and there is going to be some sort of breakthrough that is going to bring in healing for you, Capricorn. That's your reading, guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.